Hey there friends, it's Kodiak here, back for another Biomutant video, and we are just a couple of weeks away from one of the most anticipated titles of the year. And although there are still a ton of questions surrounding the game, the pieces are starting to fall into place. Over the last couple of days, the official Biomutant Twitter account has posted various character screens decked out in complete armor sets, and Stefan Ljungqvist, creative director for the game, has revealed two incredibly important details, things everyone wants to know ahead of a big open world launch. Now let's quickly take a look at the official content because I think there is a lot to get excited about here. Each of the characters is tricked out in custom armor and weapons, and just remember, there is a deep crafting system built within the game. The weapons all start with a base, and players then build off that base to create a truly one-of-a-kind weapon. While it's not clear if there are armor set bonuses in the game, it definitely looks like these pieces go together in some capacity. We still haven't seen a lot in terms of armor customization with the crafting system, but it does look like these pieces all somehow work together. One of my favorite moments from these clips is the reveal of a Boomerang Weapon, something we haven't seen up until this point. I'd bet money that this is going to be one of those tribe weapons, one of the unique items that you get by aligning yourself with one of the 6 tribes. It doesn't quite fit within the standard crafting mechanism we've seen thus far, which leads me to believe it's acquired some other way. The same could be said for the character with the compound bow. We have seen a weapon like this before in some recently revealed footage, and I'm glad to see more than just pistols and rifles. It definitely adds another layer to the game, albeit a subtle one. We also get an up-close look at weapons infused with certain elements within the game. We know there are 4 major resistances, and it looks like those aspects of the game can somehow work their way into the crafting system. We've seen this briefly with the base of a ranged weapon that had a toxic effect, but it looks like we'll also be able to tap into the other 3 elements as well, in this case, radioactivity. I also just want to point out that there is such a variety of weapons and armor here, and it definitely is a bit out there. We see funky masks, massive crushing weapons like maces, and just a whole variety of different items that will allow players to look and most likely feel like part of the world. I should mention there is no confirmation of a true transmog system within the game, so I'm not entirely sure how these pieces all come together because I know that is a major sticking point for RPG fans. Alright, let's move on to some big gameplay news. As I mentioned before, Stefan, the creative director for the game, has been very active online, talking with fans and doing interviews ahead of launch. The first thing I want to talk about is New Game Plus, everyone's favorite topic when it comes to open world RPGs. If that is your thing, Biomutant will have it, simple as that. Stefan confirmed online that yeah, Biomutant will have New Game Plus. This is a big deal when it comes to replayability. We know that Biomutant is a largely story-driven game, but at this point we don't know if a true endgame loop is something players will get to experience, but at least now we know that a New Game Plus mode is implemented or will be implemented that will give players a reason to keep picking up the game and exploring the world after completing it. Considering we're all still waiting on features like this from games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I'll be pretty impressed if this or something like this ships with the game. Now our second bit of juicy news has to do with the game's total length, another hot topic when it comes to the open world genre. In a recent interview with Gaming Bolt, Stefan talked about the overall length of the game from a few different perspectives. If you're someone that blazes through content, skips dialogue, and doesn't stray from the main story quests, you're looking at a 12 to 15 hour experience. But if you take your time with things, he's confident players will get over 65 hours of playtime. That 65-hour number is based on an internal team member playing the game as he usually would, so Stefan doubles down on the idea that it's all going to depend on the player actually experiencing the game. Thinking about this from a big picture perspective, I think if players get around 50 hours with an open world game, they'll be pretty satisfied, especially if the gameplay and systems are enjoyable. We all know that feeling of a massive open world game that just never seems to end and throws the same recycled content at you to repeat endlessly. If Biomutant does find a way to trim down that excess content and create a more unique and digestible experience, I think they may be able to find that sweet middle point. From a quest and gameplay perspective, we know that the main story will involve defeating the 4 World Eater bosses, as well as an ultimate confrontation with the main antagonist in the game, Lupa Lupin. But factor in the tribe wars, the inevitable side quests, and some general exploration and loot gathering, and who knows, this all could pan out to just the right length. As always, we're approaching this game with cautious optimism. Experiment 101 is a new studio, and although many will consider them a AAA developer, I think it's okay if we temper our expectations given the fact that this is their first major title under the company's banner. Regardless, you know we'll be diving in no matter what on May 25th, so if you like our videos and you want more Biomutant content in your feed, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel. We'll have plenty of guides and videos for you to sink your teeth in, and we'd love the support. Finally, if you like our channel and are a fan of what we stand for here at Legacy Gaming, you can help us out even more by becoming a member. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you're helping evolve the channel and build a better community. Check out the join button below to learn more. My name is Kodiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.